Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy and I make videos mostly about our allotment and growing things, but also some food and yeah, some days out, stuff like that. Today I'm just doing a little sort of April update and allotment tour, because I've not done a tour for a while, partly because there's been nothing to show, because obviously nothing's been growing, but we've got a few little bits coming through, so I thought I'd do a little tour. If you didn't know, if you're new here, then we have 2 allotment plots in Kent. We took on our first one at the beginning of 2020, so about February 2020, and then we took on our second one about February 2021, so about a year later. So I will show you both plots. I'm not going to do a full tour of the whole plot because there are quite a lot of beds that are empty at the moment, but I'll show you the things we've got going on, or growing, that's the right word. We've got things we've got growing. I'm actually in the greenhouse, as you can see at the moment, and I'll show you some of the things we've got in here. Some of them are quite good, others are a bit of a disaster. So like the rest of the country, we've been getting some late frosts, and I don't know if the things in the greenhouse is because of the frost, although I don't think it is because it didn't get that cold in here, or that they've stayed in the pots for too long, because we've held off. We would have normally potted a lot of the stuff in here, would have gone out, but where it's been so cold, we've been keeping it in here. So we planted them planning on putting them out at the beginning of April. Obviously it's now a few weeks into April, nearly the end of April actually, and they're still sitting in the pots in the greenhouse, so, or in trays, so that might have been why some of the things didn't really last. So yeah, I'll show you anyway. I'm going to go down to the front. I'm on our original plot at the moment, so our greenhouse is on our original plot, and then we've got a polytunnel on our second plot, which we actually haven't got anything in at the moment. It's all in this greenhouse, and that's partly because I did leave my peppers in there, and they all died because of the frost, and now I'm frightened to put anything in there, whereas I know the stuff in here was all right. But we will start having to put stuff out there, because we've got a lot of tomatoes. They're all at Mum's house, so what she does is she started them off all indoors, then moved them out to her summer house, and now they've been moved out to a cold frame, and she's just potted them back on. She potted them into, I think, can't remember now, I think she's potted them on twice, so maybe into 3 centimetre pots, and then into 5, not 3 centimetres, that's tiny, 3-inch pots, and now onto 5-inch pots. So then they, maybe in about a week, they will come down into the polytunnel down here to free up some space at her house. So yeah, I'm going to walk down to the front of this plot and just show you some of the bits we've got growing down there. Right, so this is a bed we've got right at the front of the plot, and nothing really grew very well here, so we decided to use it for flowers, and put a lot of nutrients into the soil. In this bit here I have got freesia, I think they're freesias, bulbs, but doesn't seem to have done anything really, just weeds. So I'm waiting, you'll see in a minute, I've got a load of ranunculus in the greenhouse, and I've got a load of ranuncular bulbs at home that are going to go straight out, which are all going to go here. As I say, I'm just waiting for it to stop freezing overnight. Right, I've got this Swiss chard. This has stayed like this over winter, and now it's got new leaves coming through. I pulled out everything else in this bed. Well, I did pull it all out, and now all the weeds are growing back through, or some of it might have self-seeded, because I just put a load of seeds in here last year. But then I saw these and thought, oh, I'm going to leave these. So yeah, this has stayed like this all over winter. So if you saw my video from the other day, we were putting out planting pea seeds. So what Mum had done is she'd soaked them on like damp kitchen roll, so that they sprouted. And then what we did is we basically just sprinkled them in here and popped them in, and covered over a net just to prevent birds and stuff from eating them. And we were a bit worried that some of them had been eaten because there were a few little holes, but you can see that they are starting to grow. In fact, I'm going to have to move this netting up, otherwise they're going to get caught. I mean, it doesn't matter, they'll just grow through it. But yeah, so we've got that one there, and then this one here. So yeah, they're coming through. I might just move the net up a bit because I don't want any pigeons to come and eat the little the shoots. Now these are our broad beans. This is the first time we've grown broad beans, and we did have this netting over them. I think this is the first time we've actually left the netting off. The netting was left on to stop birds from eating them, really, because what we did is we actually sowed all the seeds straight into the ground, and none of them, I think about one, grew, but we did find little holes, so I think either a mouse had eaten the seeds or a bird or something. So these ones were actually all started indoors, and then once they got to a certain size we've planted them out, and oh, just tripped over the hose. And they've got flowers on, so some with little purple flowers, and then I think I just saw some with, sorry I'm making a shadow, little white ones. So that's exciting. Right, this bed, I don't know if I've shared this bed in any video. This is a new bed. We didn't have this last year. We had a little bit of one here, but it's been extended. This is actually a no dig bed, so it's got cardboard, then we put leaves down, and then we've put soil. We did use soil rather than compost because, well, we did use some compost, but to be honest it used so much that we had to use some soil, so there will be weeds coming through because of that. But what we've done is we've moved our strawberries, so they were further down there, so these ones are the ones we've moved, and then they're with their runners, as you can see. So that was a runner, it's now rooted itself in there, so these can probably be cut now, and we've got some new growth coming through on them. And then Mum bought some more plants to go in here, and this has also got some manure on it. The idea is to eventually have all of these as strawberries, but it'll be done gradually because it's quite expensive otherwise. So, and obviously we need to wait, like some of these will produce runners, so that, again, that they can be moved. So yeah, it's our strawberries. This is our weedy kale. So I think this is red Russian kale, which was started in a seed tray, planted out probably, I can't actually remember, end of autumn I think, and then yeah, it stayed in here over winter. It didn't really do a lot over winter, but it didn't die, so that's good. And it started to put on some growth now, so I have been picking some of these as well. I've been having this in dinner. So yeah, that's that one. And then next to it, we got, these are all the year round cauliflower. Again, these were started last year, grew in the greenhouse over winter in pots, and then been planted out. Some of them didn't make it, which, you know, it's what happens, isn't it? Like this one looks a bit, well, this one looks very ill. That one's gone. And then we were given these Brussels sprout plants. Some of them did already go to seed, but these ones look all right. Don't know if it was a bit early, if they've started too early, but you know, we put them in anyway. We have started some from seed as well. So this is our garlic and onion bed. These are garlic. I don't know what kind of garlic they are, I can't remember, but oh, Provence. Oh, can't see that. Provence night. But it's on a video somewhere when we planted our garlic and onions. It was all on there. I'll try and link it below. And then we've got some onions here. I know we did have some brown onions, some sort of silvery white ones, and then there's some red onions in there somewhere as well. But some of them are here. I think these are red onions, although I can't actually remember. The red onion, yeah, I don't know. And then there's our potatoes. They were our first earlies in these black pots here. The straws put on to keep the moisture in and also protect them a little bit from the frost. Let's have a look. I think we did have, Mum's been peeking, she said. I'm just waiting for a bloody mouse to jump out that's made a nest in them. Oh, maybe not. Oh, is that one? Don't know. Cover it back over. Stay nice and warm. And then these ones here are the ones that we just did the other day. So they're our main crop. And this is a very packed greenhouse, which it shouldn't be this packed this time of year. All of this should be in the bloody ground, most of it. So these are sweet peas. They have been pinched out, so they're starting to bush out a bit. I'm hoping to get these out maybe at the end of the week, actually. So yeah, these ones had been potted on from a tray, from this tray in fact. And what happened is I ran out of pots at the time. I could probably pot these ones out now, but I might as well wait and just put them straight out in the ground. I've got some spring onions that need to be planted out into the ground, and then I've got some more seeds of these to sow as well, so we've got a bit of succession going. These are my melons. No, that one didn't make it. So these I potted on and then left them here. Possibly should have potted them on and then kept them indoors for a bit and then brought them down, but lesson learned. These are my cosmos. Again, there was loads, but we've lost a few. I don't know if that's because of the cold or because, I mean, it shouldn't be that they've been in there too long because they're not that big, but yeah, it might be that it was too warm in here, you know, who knows. It's a guessing game, isn't it, really? Well, we think it is. There's my echinacea. This is garden mint. Nothing there yet. And then these are the dahlias, and again, same thing happened. I had lots and a lot of them died, but I've got a couple of strong ones, so that's good. I've got a cobweb there. These are celery, which seem to be doing okay, actually. This one seems to be doing all right. That one doesn't. But yeah, some are, some aren't. I've got a bit of lettuce here. Just cut and come again, so I've cut some of that before. And then what have we got here? Scabious. Always sounds horrible, that. But yeah, got them in there. Yeah, these are my okra or okra. And again, I should have done the same as what I said about the melons. I should have potted them on and then kept them indoors before moving them here, but I potted them on and left them here, and I think it was just too cold for them, unfortunately. And then I've got these lupins, which I actually overwintered. So these were all started in pots, and then I've potted them on, actually, and these ones are doing fantastic. So I actually sowed these, I think it might have been even August that I sowed these, and they've been basically just stayed in the greenhouse all over winter. And wait, I will be putting them out soon. Some of them will go in the garden and some will stay down here. So I've got some more here. So yeah, really pleased with them. And then we've got, what have we got? Some kind of brassica. Yep, purple sprouting broccoli in here, looking good. And then some kohlrabi, green delicacy. I need to find my purple ones because I want to sow the purple ones. And these are calendula, which you can sow straight outdoors, but I thought I'll just start some off in here. Again, these desperately need to be put outside, but hopefully end of the week. And then I've just got a couple of sunflowers. These were just from sunflower seeds that I had left over from last year. I think that's one of the black ones because it's got the black bits in them. That doesn't look like a sunflower. I think think that might be a melon that was down here, and I just moved them. Yeah, that looks like the same as them. I just moved them up here, so I thought they might just get a bit more warmth and sun up there. I must have missed that one. These are more sweet peas. They're just a bit slower growing than the other ones. And then we've got some cucumbers. These are crystal apple. They're just starting to come through, which is great. Got some leeks that we'd potted on that got started in a tray at the end of last year, stayed in a tray over winter, and then I've moved them onto pots. I've got some over the other side as well, I'll show you. These are wallflowers and lupins. So some lupins, some wallflowers. Again, most of them are going to go in the garden, but some will stay down here. Then we've got some squash. So we've got this one, Yuki, no, oh God, you know what I mean. We've got that one anyway, Yuki Kuri or something like that. So there should be one in each one. So we've got 3. These have only just come up because they weren't there the other day. And then I've got another squash, sunburst patty pan. We've got a couple there coming through. And then we've got some Savoy cabbage. That's what these ones are. You always know it's a brassica because they just all look the same, don't they? And then we've got some red cabbage, not quite as big as the Savoy at the moment. And then these are supposed to be squash. I really want these ones to grow, these tromboncinos. I'm excited about these. And then this one that I'm not even going to try and pronounce. Yeah, none of them have come up yet, but hopefully. And then try not to swing it around too much to make you dizzy. These are the probably now struggling ranunculus, because they should have been planted out ages ago, but I've been waiting for the weather. So I'm hoping once, I mean, some of them have got some new growth coming through, but I have got so many bulbs of these at home that are going to go straight into the ground when it's warm enough. So hopefully some of them will be all right. And we've got some peas. These are peas. So as I said earlier, Mum did some on, sprouted some onto damp kitchen roll, and then she also put some straight in here, just in case really. So we've got them 2 there, and then these ones down here. These are my black Russian tomatoes. Again, I think it was the same problem as the melon and the okra, that I planted them on and then left them in here, and I should have taken them home. But we have got 3, so I've got 1, 2, 3, which is probably fine because we've got about 90 other tomato plants at Mum and Dad's house, and I've got some tumbling toms as well. So yeah, that should be enough just to try them anyway. Got some carrots in here which were planted last year as an experiment really, just to see if they grew over the winter. Got some larkspur, again desperate to go out. Some forget-me-nots and some more leeks that are going to be planted out. Look at that. Oh, this is, do you know what, this is the best leek I've ever grown. They've normally all died by now, so fingers crossed. Then I've got like these little pots that I just put with salad. So these were outside on that table, but then when it got cold again last week, I decided to bring them in here. So this is a salad bowl. This is just mixed lettuce leaves. This is beetroot. So these will get planted out, and we've also put some seeds straight in the ground. This is another one of my casualties. This is zinnias, and yeah, I had all of them and they all died, so I don't know. And then we've got some, what was this called again? Not, oh, corn cockle, I think. But look how cute that is. This was started again August last year. It was left in the greenhouse. It went a bit mad in a tray and it went all over the place. So I potted it on into here, and now it's actually doing better. See, this one's like all the way up here. And then I've got some spring onions there. Again, they were overwintered, stayed in here, grew really well in here. So yeah, so I've got them ones, and then these ones, and then some more gonna be sown. So that's everything in the greenhouse. I'll take you down to our other plot now. So on this one, we just walked through the fruit trees first. They're all at the front of the plot. And then we've got these beds all marked out here. This one's got calendula in it. This one's empty. Then we've got these little paths with wood chip in between. So this one is turnip snowball. So they're all starting to, oh crunch, they're all starting to come through. And then here we've got beetroot, old hardy beetroot, which is the same one that we've got in the greenhouse. Don't think there's anything coming up there yet. I think they're all weeds. And then in this one we've got some perpetual leaf. What? Oh, I think it's that perpetual spinach thing that was on the tape, if you watched my video from the other day when we sowed all this. So yeah, I mean, to wait and see what comes up as weeds and what comes up as as actual plants. This is chard, bright lights. I didn't have as much luck growing the bright lights one as just a normal one, but, and then this is lettuce, little gem. Again, it didn't seem to do anything for us last year, but we'll see. And then in this next one, this one's looking a bit better. Look at this one. So this one here is parsnip, but apparently they take a long time to start. But then there is a little green thing there. So maybe, or it might be a weed. And then we've got radish, white icicle. So look at them ones. Woohoo! And then we've got our next sowing of parsnip. And then also a second sowing of radish, but a different kind. So this is radish sparkler. So this was done a couple of days later. But it is starting to come through. See it there. Then we've got another path, and then this one I think is carrots. Am I right? Oh yeah, carrot. No type. Oh, it says it on the back. Purple Sun F1. So these should be nice purple ones. And then this is carrot as well. Carrot. And that is the Chantenay ones. But not really any sign of them just yet. And this is our polytunnel. As I said, I don't think it's got anything in it at the moment. Oh my God. You just scared the absolute life out of me. And then we've got our other first early potatoes here. And look, they're coming through, which is all good. And then this bed hasn't got anything in it. And, oh, look what Mum's done. I've not seen that. We did discuss doing it, but I haven't seen it. That looks pretty. This is gonna, I don't know what, I can't remember what we said we're gonna have in there. But these are all potatoes. This whole bed is our main crop potatoes. So the girls just scared the life out of me actually, because I heard somebody coming from behind me, and I just turned around and they were there with the dog. So they've just walked across the fields and come to see me, which is nice. So yeah, that's our both our allotments. As you can see, one of them is quite bitty. Well, you couldn't see it fully because I didn't film the whole thing, but it's got lots of small beds, whereas this is the second one, it's sort of got two main areas and then a few little ones. And that was simply because on the other one there was a lot of fruit trees spread out, so we had to sort of work around them. Whereas this one was more almost like a blank canvas with the trees up the front, so it worked a bit better for that kind of thing. But yeah, that's our allotment and how it's looking at the moment. I'm looking forward to doing a tour, a better tour or a proper tour in May, when we actually have a lot more out in the ground, and actually, yeah, it'll look a lot better hopefully. So don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the next video.